a voice to be heard, but purposely to observe the governmental trends under the ruling Unity Party-led administration. Having carefully analyzed the trends of political events, actions, and policies of the ruling Unity Party government for the past 6 months, the LPDP wishes to break silence on a number of issues that are adversely affecting the nation and the Nigerian people today. Let it not be forgotten that the Unity Party alliance in the 2023 elections campaigned on the mantra or platform of reconciliation, unity, the rule of law, integrity, accountability, transparency, and inclusiveness in the governance of the nation. On these campaign sprees, it frowned on the then Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC government, for its failure to unite Nigerians and ensure accountability, transparency, integrity in government, and the rule of law amongst other vices. Even in his post-victory statements in the inaugural speech, President Joseph Boakai rekindled the hope of Liberians by re-emphasizing his commitment to reconciliation, unity, rule of law, transparency, integrity, as well as structuring his government not on partisan lines, tribalism, or business as usual, but purely on the basis of merit and in the spirit of national unity. The LPDP wishes to use this medium to state for the record that its analytical report clearly shows that the Unity Party, under the stewardship of His Excellency Joseph Boakai, has made some gains in governing the state in areas such as instituting audits and creating the platform for public officials to account for their stewardship, something which the past administration did not muster the courage to do. While we welcome the issue of accountability, the LPDP wishes to encourage President Boakai to make the process holistic and not selective. The LPDP, as a former constituent member of the Coalition for Democratic Change, is pleased to encourage all of its members who were privileged to have served in the government to be prepared to cooperate with the law when called upon to answer to allegations of corruption during their tenures in office. By this token, we also wish to employ those of other political institutions, including the CDC, to follow suit. On the issue of reconciliation, the LPDP has observed that the nation is still under tension and widely divided on political lines, which makes reconciliation a national imperative. The LPDP is of the view that the absence of reconciliation is the beginning of a chaotic society which truncates development and human progress. No nation can develop without reconciliation which promotes unity. Therefore, the President is encouraged to immediately organize a national reconciliation conference to include political parties, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders so as to derive a means of unifying the nation and its people. Again, the LPDP has keenly observed that though the Unity Party maintains the rule of law as a key component of its arrest agenda, which promises to be the official development roadmap of the government, it has in some instances committed some missteps in adherence to the rule of law in the following areas. 1. Illegal removal of people from tenant positions against Supreme Court ruling. No adherence to procurement laws and Public Procurement Concessions Commission regulations. Instances of unprofessional conduct of key state actors, to include the action of the Liberia National Police, LNP, during the King George protest in Grand Cayman County, which resulted to the deaths of some citizens, and the recent exhibition of provocations with the deployment of armed police officers around the premises of the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. The unnecessary and untimely deployment of AFL personnel at the Rabat International Airport, RIA, during the arrival of former President George Weah to the country, and the provocative deportment of the Executive Protection Service Directorate in response to the situation of the mass dismissal of EPS officers and the issue relative to the personal security detail of former President Weah. As such, we wish to admonish the President to respect the laws of the land and keep his security apparatuses in checks in the governing process. In conclusion, the LPDP calls on President Barker to play the role of a statesman and maintain the peace and stability of the nation. Ambassador Barker, as president of the country now, is under constitutional obligation to reunite the country after the turbulent elections which caused division and bitterness amongst Liberians. Long live LPDP, long live the Republic of Liberia, and may God save the state. Thank you very much.
Well, folks, this is Focus on Liberia, live at the LPDP headquarters here in Congo. My name is Jeremiah Morgan. What's everyone wants to welcome to this press conference here.
I mutually enjoy this partnership. Thank you very much.
Sim,